Welcome to Her Grace, the talk show. And I'm excited today because we have a wonderful guest with us. It's Petreece Cuffie. And we also have lots of giveaways. Lots and lots of giveaways. Yes, so I am excited. Let me see the single ladies in the house. Single ladies. Whoosh! What song you singing there, girl? Sorry. Somebody come for the usher. Take this. Yeah. Let me see the single ladies again. Wow, a lot of what's going on? Why people not married? Patrice, why people not married? Why have so much single people here?
That's for another discussion, we need men here.
I am happy because Patrice is here this evening to help the single ladies, yes? If you're still single and you're over 25, you need some help. Just saying. I kidding. I real kidding. I got married at 28. I was cool. I'm kidding. Y'all lighten up now. Jeez. They're going all serious. It's cool. You could get married at 45. It's no problem. Anyway, so, yes. Patrice, welcome to Her Grace. It is a pleasure having you. I am just going to tell you a little bit about Patrice. And like our guest in the last show, if I say everything, we'd have to extend the program. So I shortened it as much as I could, Patrice. So Petreece Cuffie is the partner responsible for Petreece Cuffie and Associates, Interpersonal Counselling and Training Services, correct? Patrice, she's a professional social worker who has been, my handwriting is horrible, with over 24 years experience in counseling and training. She worked at the Rape Crisis Center of Trinidad and Tobago, where she was the Administrator and Head Counsellor. So this is a woman here with, now that's just a few things, obviously. If I wrote everything down, I'd have to have a few cards. So this is a young woman here with a lot of, we're all young women, I don't know if you knew that, with a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom, spoke to hundreds, I'm sure, of couples, women. She not only counsels women, but so you all keep your ears open, get ready to receive from Patrice. So, Patrice, how are things going? How have you been going? I'm seeing you doing some podcasts.
Webinars.
This is a new thing now, yeah, and you look very comfortable, with your laptop. And so, how have things been going?
Things are good.
Yeah.
I'm really thankful to God for what He's doing in terms of expanding, in terms of reaching people.
Yeah.
Because my heart really is seeing people live fulfilling lives.
Right, yeah.
Not just surviving,
Yes.
but really living. I believe God said that He has come that we may have life and have it more abundantly. That will mean different things for different people according to where we are, even where we are in the world.
Yeah.
But here in Trinidad and Tobago and in this region, it is still fairly peaceful.
Yes.
We're not a war-torn region.
Yes, correct.
And therefore, a fulfilling life could mean us having healthy relationships, right? Not just with God, but with self and with others. And that's really, really important to me. So even just opening up things in terms of the webinars is a way to try to reach more people.
Right.
Come into your house.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Yeah. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
And it's something that's catching on. I wish you all the best with that.
Thank you.
So I have some questions for you, Patrice, to help these single ladies, right? First thing, ears open. A single woman, a young woman who has all the qualifications.
And young is from
once you're
18,
alive.
right? So we want to make sure, right? Because I agree. Okay,
yes,
great.
Yes,
right.
yes. Once you're not married, then
yes,
what should be the mindset of a Christian? I'm speaking from a Christian perspective here. What should be the mindset of a Christian single young woman who desires to be married? She's of age, everything is, but she desires to be married. What should her thinking be? How is she to prepare herself?
So that's a number of questions.
Yes, yeah.
But I think number one is just coming to terms that marriage is not man's idea.
Right.
Marriage is God's idea.
Wow.
And even anthropologists will tell you this, in every culture there is a marriage ceremony.
Right.
So where people want to say things like, it's just a paper,
Yes.
and it's just a ceremony.
Yes.
No. There's a time when you're single, you move from singleness to marriage. So first thing, if it's God's idea, we have to be willing to do it God's way.
Yeah.
Yeah? So as a result of that, I need to come to terms with what my core values are as a person.
Right.
That's very important.
Yeah.
Right? Because with the ladies I see in here, I'm sure it have real fellas who thinking about, looking, interested.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
They're not saying anything, but
Yes.
I
Well,
know.
Well, they're single.
Right. They say, right. Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's why I say you have to have something for the fellas too, because we have to tell the fellas about
Yes.
pursuing, but we're not going there. Right. Okay. So very critically, why I'm saying you need to know your core values, because that is what guides you a lot of times in choosing.
Okay.
For me, for example, just saying that people, real fellas are like me, right? just saying.
She said real fellas
Yeah,
like
just saying. And
it was my experience
but
too.
I
I don't understand the challenges, but go ahead.
and but one of the things, I knew 3 things about me that I knew clearly. I knew I really loved God. No, I did not come from a Christian home.
Okay.
I was a Jehovah's Witness. I became a Christian at the age of 14.
That happens?
Yes, it does.
Okay, sorry, I've never heard
Right?
of it. Yeah.
Another program.
Yeah, sorry. Yes.
And really, Jesus captivated me, because in that religion, Jesus is not personal.
Right.
Yeah, he
Yes.
isn't even God.
Yes.
Okay?
Correct.
So I knew that there were 3 things very important to me. I loved Jesus.
Right.
I loved family.
Yes.
And I loved helping people.
Right.
So much so that my mother will always used to tell me, Patrice, people using you, people using you,
Oh,
people
gosh.
using you. She always would tell me that. So I knew that if I had to be in an intimate relationship with somebody, those things had to be very important to them.
To them, right.
Because what we don't understand, the Bible even speaks about, can 2 walk together unless they agree?
Agree. Right.
And that agreeing is not just about us being Christians.
Right. Yeah.
We can be Christians
Yes.
and still
Disagree.
right. And so that because there are 3 really important decisions that we have to make, which is who's my master,
Yes.
who is my mate, and what is my mission. So you call them the 3 M's if you want to.
Right.
Right?
Master, mate, mission.
Yeah? So that very critical is, if my mission, and I have to have a mate, well then he have to have some of those things.
Yes. And you all
Yeah,
have to
those
have the
things
same
have
master.
to be right. Those things have to be important.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that is really critical. That we understand what our core values are. I just want to say to ladies, we have a lot of information out there. If you don't know what those things are, just go on Google.
Yes.
Google, they have questions there to help you. But just think about what you're really passionate about, because I have seen, especially in marriage counseling, 2 people get married and they're Christians and they're terribly frustrated simply because their core values, are just so different.
Yes. Okay.
So that we can't just think about equally yoked as just about both of us being
believers.
Christians.
Yeah. Or we in the same church.
Yeah.
Both of us go in the same church. So
Yeah.
we can do it.
Right?
More than that. Yeah.
Another thing is that it's not going to be all about me anymore. So if you know my nature, I just really kind of selfish person.
Yeah.
I drive people up in my space.
Yeah.
And all these things, you really just get some counseling first as an individual before you go and stress out somebody.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
It might be very difficult.
Yeah.
Having someone in your space
Yes.
for the rest of your life if you
Yes.
don't want people up in your space.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yes.
Right? And you have to remember, we come from different family of origins,
Yes.
right? So that we've been exposed to different things, we've been hurt by different things bring comfort and safety. So I think it's really important, the whole issue of just being self-aware. So that once I understand, so I remember like in my relationship, I had real issues, right? So real people like me, real issues. So I remember with Huey really liking me, and I told him to pray and ask God to take that away from him.
But why though? You didn't.
No, I didn't want to be in a relationship.
Okay.
But I started to pray that God will take the feeling away from him, and I started to like him. So I stopped praying.
So you stop praying.
Stop praying. But saying all that to say, eventually I had to have a talk with him and let him know it's really I have issues. It's not you.
Okay. Okay.
But that was because I was aware, not of all my issues, but a lot of them.
Okay.
And therefore, one of the things too, in terms of wanting to get into a relationship, is also knowing yourself.
Yes.
Knowing your strengths, your weaknesses, what are your issues. Everybody have, as my daughter was saying when she was much smaller, she said, Mommy, that lady have tissues in it. Right? But we all have tissues, right? and thank God for Jesus. But it's important to know them so that even as we are negotiating relationships, we can know what is really us.
Yes.
And what is the other person.
Yes.
You know that sometimes we can even know why I'm behaving like this.
Right.
And to also be able to, express those things.
Okay.
But I think very important, you see, self-awareness, knowing your core values, identity also being in Christ, even though that is a work in progress, right? In that, I start to understand that my worth, my righteousness is not based on anything I've done.
Right.
Jesus, God created me in
Yes.
his image and likeness.
Yeah.
And therefore, I am priceless.
Wow. Yes.
It is not because of anything that anybody has done
Yes.
beside what God has declared
Yes.
and
Ladies,
what he
you
has
are
said.
priceless.
Priceless.
Say it to yourself, I am priceless. And I hope you all really, really believe that. And if you believe that and internalize that, it could change your life. Yeah? Your word comes from Christ, and you're priceless. Yeah?
And he has decided to give us that.
Yes.
And remember, he is bigger than anybody else here. So
Yes.
if God being bigger than anybody else here says you're priceless, then nobody can add or take away value from you.
Yes.
Because somebody bigger than everybody here
Yes.
gave you value.
Even bigger than your parents. I know it's tough.
Yes.
It's tough when your parents, when you grow up in a home where you don't feel loved.
But the thing with that Onikka, again, and that is why it is so critical, identity in Christ.
Yeah.
Because a human being is not our source, not even
Yes,
your parents.
correct, yeah.
God used your parents to bring you here.
Yes.
But they are not your source
Yes.
for identity.
Yeah.
They are not your source for love.
Yes.
So if my parents did not love me, I have a source I could tap into
Yes.
that could pour love into me.
Yes. But a lot of women, unfortunately, you tell them that, but I don't know if they can't capture it, if they can't believe it, or if they feel it's like a fairy tale. I don't know if they can't apply it in reality when you tell them that. You know what I mean?
You have me in counselor mode, you know. That's what happened there. Because
Yeah.
what is really happening there, you have truth and lies living in the same place.
Right.
So a lot of times what I have to do is to actually help them identify the lies they believe
Yes.
and renounce those lies.
Yes.
If you don't do that, you cannot truly hold on to the truth.
Yes.
So that what you have happening in a person's mind, I know that I am priceless because God says so. However, I got all these messages from whether it's my family of origin, from previous relationships, whatever it is,
Yeah.
significant others, that I am not good
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
So what is happening in my mind? I know this truth, but I also have these lies, and they're side by side. The lies will win out.
Yeah.
Because there are things that happen to us that every day gives us messages that you're not good enough.
Yes.
That something
Yeah.
is wrong with you.
Yeah.
So you have to deal with the lies. Where are we going? Where are we going?
Oh. Well, I just all taking in, the counseling.
Right, so
So, to answer that question, the mindset, first of all, you have to have self-worth and you have to be self-aware as a single,
yes, definitely self-awareness is
as
important.
a single young woman. You have to
Yes.
be self-aware.
Yes. Must have, understand your core values.
Right.
Right? And you don't have to know all of them.
Yes.
At least your top 3.
Right.
Because listen, right? Right. And it's really important.
I'm not sure what the was, I'm not sure.
The is he coming around and the core values not there. And please, oh gosh, it not, listen to me. I had in... It had been a counselor, because you feel everything.
Yeah.
It's not nice seeing people in pain.
Yes.
Even up to today, somebody said, you told me.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember telling the person, but they said that.
Wow, yeah.
And so yeah, those things are critical.
Okay. And so my next question would be, what are some of the common signs in your experience that someone may not be, so I guess we could say not being self-aware, but everybody, when they're in love, think they are ready.
Yeah.
As everybody, and there's nothing you could tell them to convince them that they're not.
Yes.
In your experience, sitting with a couple, sitting with someone, speaking to them who thinks they're ready, what would be a common sign that this person is not ready? Before you answer that question, Patrice, we're going to take a break to thank our sponsors, because without them, the show would not be possible. And we just want to big them up. So let's take a short break. And we can bake too. We can bake. We have cake to thank our sponsors. Yeah? Yes, Patrice. Do I have to repeat the question or remember?
I appreciate if you repeat it.
Right.
Not that I'm that old, but I just appreciate.
We're all young. So a couple is sitting in front of you, or one person who's telling you, I'm in love and I'm ready for marriage, but based on your interactions with them, with your counseling, there's some signs that are very common that could tell you that this person may not be ready at this point. What would they be?
Okay. Well, the fact that they're sitting in front of me says something great.
True.
Because I would have gone a little before that and say, if you feel that you are prepared for marriage, you're not. Right? Yeah, you're not.
You'll hear that?
Right.
Anybody engaged?
Meaning this. I believe and know.
Yes, okay.
That's what I mean. That
Yes.
whole mindset that nobody needs to tell me. I know.
Love is enough. Love is all we need.
Right. And what we have to understand, a lot of that is a feeling.
Yes.
And love is not primarily a feeling.
Oh, sure,
love is actions
Yes.
that lead to wholeness.
Yes.
That is what love is.
Love is actions that lead to wholeness.
Right? So that if a person is, one, not willing to take counsel, you are not ready for marriage.
Okay.
All right? Secondly, if a person has a lot of people in their lives that they have never forgiven, they are not ready for marriage.
Y'all, take note. Any
Marriage,
unforgiveness.
marriage is a relationship with two great forgivers. Right? So,
I have a sign home. Sorry, I just hold it up. Sorry. Oh, sorry. And yeah.
right? It is. And therefore, we need to understand that there are things that we may not have gotten from our family of origin that we need to try to develop even before we get married, because that is too late.
It's too late, yes.
So I have seen a lot of situations where people come to me and they are already married, but they tell you things like they have no friends, they don't trust people, they don't forgive. OMG, what are you doing there? You understand? Because if you have no friends, you have no friends. Everybody should have, other than Jesus, God the Father, and God the Holy Spirit, at least one, 2, or 3 friends.
Yeah.
Generally, people don't have more than 3 very close friends.
It's true.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
Good? Because you are learning the skill of being a friend, what it takes to be a friend. Now, you want to go with a man and be his friend and you know not about friend.
Or you can't keep a friend. You get close to somebody and you fall out.
You have trust. Sorry. I forget this. You have trust issues.
Yeah.
I mean, major trust issues. You say things like, I don't trust men, but you're not marrying a cat or a cow or a chicken.
Oh, gosh.
You are marrying a man.
Yes.
But you say, my father was this, and because of that, I don't trust men.
Right.
But
Yes. Yeah.
yeah? You're not ready.
Yeah.
I am not saying that you cannot have a healthy relationship. You know why? Because at the end of the day, the good thing about human beings is that we can change.
Yes.
And that change is always possible.
Yes. Yes.
But Onikka, I have seen people who said, I will not forgive.
Wow.
They have been hurt and they have said that I know that that is going to doom their marriage.
Yes. That is, yeah. Wow.
You understand?
Yeah.
And I've had to say to people, unless this is dealt with, I do not advise that you get married.
Right.
Do they listen?
Question based on that. Do people listen if you say, based on what I hear today, you all should not get married? Does anybody listen?
All right. So some people do.
Okay, wow.
Right. The persons who don't, and I mean, we're talking, yeah? You see, becoming sexually involved with somebody before you get married.
Yeah.
No, we are Christians.
Yes.
We understand that sex is for marriage.
Right.
Right? We need to understand how powerful sex is. Sex is not just a physical thing.
Yes.
Sex is an emotional thing, and sex is a spiritual thing. All right? When you start having sex with somebody, you start to feel like you are closer than you really
actually are. Yes.
You start or you stop seeing certain red flags.
Right.
All right?
Yes.
And therefore, one of the red flags you also don't see is when the counselor says, please deal with this anger issue.
Yes.
Or the counselor says, this person has a lot of insecurities.
Right.
We need to address it as a result of their family of origin.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes. Yes.
No, we have something we real tight. Love, will,
Wow.
whatever.
Yeah.
And you honestly believe that because sex is supposed to do that.
Right.
My husband is supposed to be able to influence me
Yes.
in a way that nobody else can
Yes.
because we are sexually involved.
Right.
You understand? It's
Yes.
supposed to do
It's
that,
supposed to, yes.
to bring you together as one. But what you doing, when you're doing that, then you setting up yourself
Yes.
because you're not seeing things clearly.
Correct. Yes. Yes. Wow. Ladies, you're listening? No, I mean, would you all agree? Because, I mean, yeah. Now, I know telling somebody that sex is for marriage who has been sexually involved, it's like telling them cheesecake is not good. Yeah?
Not true all the time. I have many wonderful people who have, because remember, His grace. Grace is divine empowerment.
Yes, yeah.
I understand, yes, I know about sex.
Yes.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
So, it's easy for me to jump back into that boat.
Right.
However, I have His grace.
Yeah.
And because I understand where I am at, I make myself accountable to people,
Yeah.
but I also don't do stupidness. Right?
What is strippiness? What would be strippiness?
Together, all alone, nobody around.
Right.
That is stupidness.
Now, you see, what this show is about is imparting wisdom to ladies. Wisdom that is there in God's word, that is evident, it's there for us to see. But if you are already involved sexually with someone, to see that, for somebody to tell you that, it's like, you know, in that moment, you're thinking, but how they could.
But
they can
Onikka,
tell me
here's
this?
what I tell them. And they do, many of my clients, I'm talking about clients, do stop.
Yes, of course,
And,
yeah.
and they know when they come back, Patrice asking them.
Of course.
And they know I'm sending a WhatsApp message. What's going on? Because you see, at the end of the day, what I want for me, I want for you.
Right.
I am not a, once I good,
Yes.
it's okay.
Yes.
What I want for me,
Yeah,
I want for you.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if I have a healthy marriage, I want you to have a healthy marriage too.
Right.
I take my counseling seriously, you know, I have to
Yeah.
answer to God.
Yeah. What amazes me is how people think that they're smarter than God.
So,
They think that
yes.
that God in his wisdom designed sex for marriage. God put people in place like yourself, maybe myself, Kerwin, to counsel, to share wisdom, and they still think that their way is the better way.
Yeah.
And the whole idea about this program is that you'd actually be able to see God's way, that you'd actually be able to say, wait, now, God's way is perhaps the better way. Of course, he's your creator. He knows you better.
Yeah.
He knows what is going to, he knows where you're going to be most satisfied in your life. Yeah? And as satisfying as sex may seem, that's not, out of marriage is never going to be as
But we have to
you-
understand too
Yeah.
that it is sin.
yeah, correct.
Sin
Yes.
leads to death.
To death. Only death could come out of that, yeah.
You cannot say, I love you, I love you. Love is action that leads to wholeness
Yeah.
and be involved in action
Yes.
that leads to death.
To death, correct, yeah.
Another reality, and this is one of the things I share with my clients, if you become sexually involved with someone, you are actually saying that it is okay to have sex with somebody I'm not married to.
Right.
Whether you want to look like it's a
Like-
that or
like
not,
right.
that is what it is at the bottom.
Yeah.
Getting married doesn't mean that you are not going to be attracted to people and people are not going to be attracted to you.
Yes.
But you have already been in a relationship where you have been intensely attracted to somebody and you have said
and
no.
that person was
And
not
you
your
have
spouse.
put up
Yeah.
all the, you learn how to put up all the barriers.
Yes, yes.
That protection now takes you into your marriage.
Wow.
And
Wow.
actually, there is a less, and studies, there's a less likelihood of infidelity entering that marriage. We don't realize we destroying our marriage before we
it
even get married.
Wow.
When we start having sex before
Yeah,
marriage.
yeah, yeah.
You understand?
Seems like I'm saying wow a lot, but it's really, it's wow, yeah? And I hope you ladies are paying attention. So, common mistake that people make, one of them, having sex before you are married. Trust issues, unforgiveness, yeah? Just to summarize. And last question, Patrice. Well, actually, it's kind of the same as the other one. Yeah, so the most common mistakes would be having sex, I guess, before marriage.
And thinking that they know and that
And thinking
love
that
is
you
enough. And I think you would have said that.
Yes.
That this love that
Love
I
is enough.
feel is enough.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yes, of course, yeah. I don't know where people get that idea. It's really airy-fairy. So, Patrice, I want to thank you very much. This has been so informative. I learned so much. You know, I am married, but I learned so much. I hope you ladies were blessed by Patrice. Patrice, give them your number. I think some of them need some counseling. So just call out your number for them, please. I'm serious, your office number.
Sure.
Yeah, take a note.
So I
I'm
have a
seeing people
WhatsApp.
typing. Go ahead.
And that's 329-7383.
329-7383.
And then I have a landline, and that's 645-4802.
Right. I hope you all got that, and I hope you all are going to call Patrice